One is an idiot, it might be both of them. Shut up, dude.
Kia ora, Jizzy.
You really sprung it on me that time, Helvis.
I had to get out in front. You do it every time.
Good. Well, silly intro then. I don't have anything prepared, obviously.
Accent, vague, wrong name introduction. All the pieces are there. They can do something with it.
Yeah, figure it out, guys.
Come on. We believe in you.
Yeah. How you been, man?
Like, the shy side of excellent. Yeah, that's what I'll say.
That's the only time anyone will use the word shy to describe you.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's just the shy side of excellent. It's been pretty hard out, like lots of busy stuff at work and stuff, but still seem to be nailing it.
Yeah. You were promoted, I hear.
There's no need to discuss this live.
All right, well, we don't have to discuss it live.
It's a trial period, I'll call it that.
If you hear a big, clippy sound here, it's because we edited out some salacious gossip.
Yeah, if it's suddenly and we're talking about something else, you'll know what happened.
Yeah, we can talk about the news if you like.
I'd like to. Where do you want to start?
The first thing I have highlighted is just this.
I didn't even
That's
see
as much of a look at my notes as you get, sir.
Fucking A.
I've been thinking about the Jews, honestly. Well, the
Here we go,
wait,
people.
it's not. Wait, news. Sorry, I misspoke. I was thinking about the news. There's some protests happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and what do we think and feel about these protests?
I feel, do whatever you want. That's how I feel. They have a right to do what they're doing.
Do you find it weird that the cops are more keen to fight these fellas than they are active school shooters?
No, that's not the weird part to me.
I find that weird.
Yeah.
Watching these cops let's take them down.
What, unarmed university students?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I'm ready to roll, dude.
Dude, put the 5-finger death punch on and let's go. They're driving down the road, everyone drinking Monster.
Yeah.
Hopped up on every Mexican supplement you can find.
Yeah.
But then they're like, oh no, danger. And they're like, well, we better follow protocol.
They have to.
Can't just...
You'll be putting more people in danger if you go in and fight a guy who's got a gun.
You're following protocol when you're beating up vegans.
Yeah.
And you can't say they don't. There's got to be a large proportion of vegans and the people getting fucked up by police on campuses.
Yeah.
At the same time,
I think greater than they'd be overrepresented.
You might be able to help me out here because I was like, yeah, these protests are pretty hard out. They do this. Didn't the US government kill the 60s by shooting protesters at a college? I can't remember the college, but...
That's what I was going to say.
Oh, Gregor. I
don't know if they know their history, but they were sent in the National Guard to just fucking murk you guys.
Yeah, dude, and in 10 years, they were like, oops.
So we feel not bad, but it was regrettable.
The thing that got me, though, was like, this is weird. You're taking this pretty far.
Yeah.
And then I saw one interview with a college student who was like, this isn't anything more than... We pay you fellas money, you invest it in arms.
Yeah.
Stop doing that.
Yeah.
And they were met with this bullshit and, fuck yous then,
it's hard to disagree with that.
Yeah, hard out it is. It's like, once again, the kids are right, gutted.
Yeah.
Again. If you're a boomer, the amount of things you've been, not going to have a calculator in your pocket, fuck that up. I've got the Library of Alexandria in my pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, So it's just, I've been watching some of it and some of these overzealous as fuck cops just fucking running in and smash up these teenagers. And you're like, yeah. Look, I get it, bro, but you shouldn't get paid to do it and it'd be okay.
If you do it, it should be for the love of the game.
And you get punished. You have that love of the game. Fuck it. I hate these cunts this much. Put me in jail after I do it. Fair enough. That's some conviction on a point I don't have, but to be dressed in your uniform and be like, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
You think about it. How many of their trucks, bro, have new metal playing on the way to the campus? It's just fucking corn and
probably.
5-finger death punch and drowning pool and
I could
shit.
see it.
hard out, just these jack dudes wearing their fucking no sleeves on their shirt.
Yeah.
Full of
Do you see that picture of the riot police and the one guy's like bending his baton? He's so fucking jacked.
Yeah, that's
send that guy in.
Yeah, and that guy's driven there by like 8 other dudes in the same mood, just same riff, 15-year-old kid lyrics, new metal.
Yeah.
And these dudes are just like, let's fucking go. What the hell? There's actual danger. Yeah, we've got procedures to follow.
Yeah.
Well, you're not doing that at the drowning pool time, are you?
The US passed this act, I think it's the Anti-Semitism Awareness Act. Are you aware of anti-Semitism?
I've heard of it.
Okay.
I've heard it been discussed lately that there's apparently a difference between anti-Semitism and anti-Zionism.
Legally in the United States of America,
there isn't.
No, sir, there isn't. Do you know the definition of Zionism?
Nah.
It is support for the policies of the government of Israel. That's what a Zionist is, someone who supports the Israeli government.
Is that word not older than Israel?
The word Zion is very old, but the definition of Zionist is someone who supports the government of Israel. Look
change.
That up.
Is Zionist older than Israel?
Zion, it must be older than the state of Israel. Israel's only like 70.
That's my point. That word starts with the last letter of the alphabet. They would have cashed in on that well before the fucking. It means you listen to the Israel government.
Yeah.
Nah.
It means you support what they do, that you endorse them, you approve of them, which is a tough sell. It's hard to approve of a government.
Yeah, they all suck.
Yeah,
they're people.
They're a necessary evil. The governments,
unfortunately.
Yeah. It'd be like smart people. Smart people are predominantly libertarian because they think that everybody can just figure it out. We don't need these fucking rules. No, you can figure it out, bro. Most people really need these rules.
Heaps of people are not figuring it out daily.
Yeah.
So what?
This bill.
This law says
so now that we've defined Zionist, if you are an anti-Zionist, you are an anti-Semite by U.S. law. That is my understanding, and that already existed. We're well past that, Elvis. What they changed. What they're proposing to change, it's still got to pass another house, and old Joey B's got to sign it as well.
Oh, yep.
But where are we? Sorry. So they take on anti-Semitism, the definition of anti-Semitism. They take it on from the IHRA, which is the International Holocaust Remembrance Alliance.
What?
The definition of anti-Semitism that they want to update, it includes, but is not limited to, saying things like Jews killed Jesus. Careful what comes out of your fucking mouth, Elvis.
You can't make those rules.
I mean, the first reading of the bill in the lower house passed by a massive majority.
If you can make that rule,
yeah,
that means you're playing rugby on the lawn of the worst kids you know. He just makes up the rules as you play the game, and you're like, what the fuck, this is bullshit, I'm going home. Except we can't go home.
Yeah.
How the fuck can you do that? Because you must own the system?
We've talked about this before. These are religious weirdos.
Yeah.
And the people doing this are not Jews. The people doing it are Christians. They're those religious weirdos.
Sucking up, bro.
They think they're going to bring about the holy war, bro. I keep telling you. So here's another thing in this. Here's an example of the anti-Semitism. So the sponsor of the bill, a guy called Lawler, a Republican guy, he says, when you hear from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free, that is calling for the eradication of Jews in the state of Israel. End quote. The guy who sponsored the bill says that if you say from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free, that means you're calling for the extermination of Jews.
Weird.
That's the guy who brought the bill.
You see, it's like they'll protest too much or whatever.
It's pretty hard out, right? But I'm conflicted because I'm so fascinated by the Jews.
But it's so hard to be like, oh, no, I know what this is. if you can get everyone mad at the pieces of paper you wrote words on, they won't get mad at the genocide you're doing. Distract. Look over here.
Nah, this is enshrining stuff in law. I don't think this is a distraction. This is a power move.
Yeah, look over here, because look what we can do while we kill all these kids and take their resources.
Yeah, I think the Western Christians are divorced from that. I think they don't.
They're just paid. They can't be. Nah, I would challenge the holy.
I think the blood is on their hands. They keep handing ammunition to somebody who's killing a lot of people.
They keep getting paid. I don't think it's like. The idea that they could be that deep into a belief system that they genuinely believe they can bring someone back doing this.
The Christians?
Yeah. But to be that invested in it and not take Christianity seriously seems weird.
Who's not taking it seriously?
Them. Like to actually be a good person and not be a cunt who profits off.
So they can be doing what
blood.
They think their constituents want. And if their constituents are a bunch of religious fundamentalists, then
they just say the right
thing. They act
thing.
in their interest. It doesn't matter what those guys believe. They're representing.
But you're also the person bringing forward hey, how do we feel like this, right? And make everyone feel that way. And using the pathways of religious bullshit. Nah, they're just paid off, bro. They're paid off. I don't think anyone believes any of this shit, and it's just money.
Well, what's so fascinating about the Jews is a lot of them don't believe,
that's my point.
In an afterlife.
Yeah. So go for it now.
You hear about atheist rabbis. You fucking imagine that in any other religion, where the guy who's in charge of your spirituality. Do you know what it is with the Jews?
I'm
just gonna take a little pause there,
bro. Sorry, everyone.
It's a religion and a race at the same time.
Yeah,
and we blur the lines between what religions we are allowed to criticize because they're tied to certain races. Like Islamophobia is you're not born Islamic, you're indoctrinated to be Islamic, and you could be any skin color. It could be any race. It doesn't matter. But it's conflated with racism. Judaism is both a race and a religion. Can you criticize the religion part of it? It blurs the lines, which is so interesting to me.
You're playing on the lawn of the fella who owns the house. Can you? It's like they're the ones saying you can't. It's the same as like in the Bible, the guy with no hair gets mocked about having no hair, and then the
God sends bears to eat all the kids.
Yeah, that's like I wrote it. That's like I was like, and Jesus was told everyone to be nice and no making fun of bald people at all.
Yeah.
Because like bears. And everyone's like, well, you don't want to fucking make fun of bald people. The bears will come.
Yeah.
This is just some weird version of the guy in charge making up dumb shit and telling the people below him, like shit rolls downhill. Make everyone say this, make everyone say this. It's because of whoever's in charge.
This bill, you mean?
Yeah. This is because of that. This is just someone being like, I don't like this. Enforce it.
Yeah.
That's all it is. So you're at the kid's house, like none of us can leave.
I understand the metaphor.
Yeah. And he just makes up the rules.
Yeah.
And you're like, can you criticize this? Can you? Yeah, you can. You fucking can. And fuck them if they accuse you of something.
Yeah.
They're going to accuse you
But one of the rules is you're not allowed to criticize me.
Yeah. See, that's how they're doing it, though.
Yeah.
Because they're the ones that control all the other shit. They're giving themselves away. All these people that are like, Jews run the world.
See, again, I don't think it's Jews doing this. I think it's Christians doing this.
Yeah,
it's a different group of religious
I don't think it's either. I think it's people like with the war going on.
Do you know why I think people are weirded out by Jews? Because, that was a weird way to say that.
This is all weird.
Because they don't proselytize. They're a religion
that you're not allowed into.
And they don't tell you about it. They're not interested in having you join.
Yeah,
and I think that makes people wildly uncomfortable. You're supposed to be offering me stuff. No, I'm not interested. I'm a Jew. Get away from me.
They don't want you in their club.
That makes people uncomfortable, and it makes them suspicious.
Because you've got all these benefits to being in this club.
Yeah.
If it sucked, you'd be walking around telling everyone to join. Look at the Jehovah's. That sucks. Why would anyone go and do this weird thought pattern is beyond me. And why they do any of these thought patterns is beyond me. But that's why I'm saying I think it's money. It's got to be money.
This bill in particular, you think is a money
Everything to do with this war, hey, make people stop calling us dickheads.
There's a lot of money to be made by fueling a conflict in the Middle East.
Yeah, because it's like, I bet the guys coming up with this are the same guys that sell bullets.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be, bro.
Yeah,
just like the rappers and the people who own the prisons.
Yeah, it's just that. But this shit about like, oh, you can't say we did this, you can't say we did that. We actually don't like it when you say this. In fact, stop looking at me like that. Like, you know, it's just why are we entertaining this? Because he's got a gun pointed at you. That's why. That's the only reason this shit goes down.
Yeah. Because what's interesting is I hate a bill like this, a law that makes it illegal to say certain things. But I kind of like the Jews. I don't know. I love the idea of it's
so hard to tell right now.
I love the idea of a religion that doesn't try to get other people to join the religion. Like, no, it's our thing. Like, man, if you really want, sometimes we make special exceptions. But basically, nah. That's fascinating to me. I don't know.
I get where you're coming from. I don't think they're real.
And you've got to... I always try to put myself in the shoes of someone whose whole religion or like set of ideals is based around them for having to escape hardship. Like they, you know, if not hardship, outright slavery and stuff. Like they view everything that they do as a defensive move. So when they go like, hey, you guys, if you say from the river to the sea, that should be a crime. Like they consider that a defensive move. Yeah. I don't know,
you get to be religious and white. Like they get to say whatever they want.
Well, it depends who you ask, whether the Jews are white.
I find it... whole thing is so strange to me.
They're either imposter whites who are sneaking in to do all kinds of stuff, or they're the most white. It depends who you ask.
Some weird website, say, to have this.
No, I also feel for the Jews because the hard left and the hard right both hate them.
One of my news was I got a video of a dude walking around a corner and he found a rooster that was asleep, and he got to go up and was like, bah, 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 and woke it up, and this rooster woke up and he was like, how the fuck do you like it? So we investigate totally different shit.
That's a great segue.
The second one underneath it was this giant Chinese province. It looks like Sichuan, but it's not spelled the same as the Rick and Morty one. This whole province is powered by coal and produces more CO2 than the world. So everything everyone's doing isn't
good thing we
doing
got those
anything.
Plastic bags at the supermarket.
Got this light bulb for life, mate.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sorry. It's just I don't know where you're going with.
I don't know where I'm going either. But it's when you make when a law is passed, that defines what you can and can't say. I think it's worth paying very close attention to. Yeah. Always.
Like I said, the guy that has a gun at you can make you do whatever he wants.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're either being paid or scared.
This American legislation, nobody's got a gun at them.
As far as we know.
Well, yeah, okay.
But you're either getting paid or you're scared.
Yeah.
The idea that they all believe this, they don't all believe anything.
No.
Yeah, and I think enough money will make anyone turn the fuck over.
Yeah,
David Seymour give it all up for love, bro. David Seymour give it up for money. Then you times those try David Seymour times 11.
I tried to write a David Seymour stinger this week. It was harder than I would have thought, honestly.
I would say that bad. He made you not write a stinger.
Every melody that I wrote, I was like, that's kind of a nice melody. I can't use that for a David Seymour song.
Next week it'll be like, David Seymour, why did we elect David Seymour? And it'll just be that daylight savings.
That's the vibe I was trying to aim for. But then I still stuff ended up bombastic. I was like, I don't want it to be endearing.
I kind of want David Seymour to have a kid while he's in this 3 years, just so when he like shows up to Parliament being like, why don't they go to school? Like, we should give them lunch and stuff. It's so hard.
Yeah.
And it's like his first year as a parent, and we were like, oh really, bruh? Yeah, fuck him, man.
Nah, he's got nanny money. He wouldn't have to look after a kid if he had it. Oh, but he's supposed to give it all up. So yeah, he spent his last 18 months in Parliament or whatever.
The main reason I brought him up is because it is so horseshit that everyone's doing it tough, doing it hard. The government's cutting shit left, right and centre. And now they've just fucking gone, pay rises.
Yeah.
As if we're not all looking at them like we're mad.
Yeah.
And they're just, just gonna
It's technically not us saying that we have to get the pay rise.
It's an independent remuneration company. Who's that? I don't know him.
Well, they made a recommendation that everybody be given more money in Parliament, but they also put in the recommendation that how much you get paid as a member of Parliament is not an obstacle for people. Like, people who want to get into politics don't go, but it doesn't pay well enough. Like, that's it's not an obstacle to to getting the best people in the job.
I just think like all of the people who are heavily invested in politicians and they like them and shit, you're probably like most of your fan base isn't on that level of money. And the idea that they think that this person's got their interests is like, who was the dude, the hedge fund fuckwit?
Danny Masterson?
No. Rikishi from wrestling. The G-string guy.
Rikishi, yeah.
The
Rikishi,
hedge fund manager of Rikishi.
The Prime Minister of the UK, Rikishi
Adidas.
Yeah,
That's
that
him.
guy.
Yeah. Nice shoes. When you talk about that guy and like, oh, he's got the same last name as us. And it's like, bro, that guy's a fucking hedge fund manager.
Yeah.
When I look at all the Kiwi ones, it's like, how the fuck do you guys think? Are you that fucked up that you can relate to these mutants?
Yeah.
That's so strange. Yeah.
It is very strange. I heard a tidbit on the radio of the Minister of Finance being challenged, like, you're bringing back this policy. She goes, no, we're reinstating it.
Fucking piece of shit, eh?
Yeah.
Fuck you, dude. I hope your kid hates you. Like, yeah. I hope these are the people that it's like, yeah, I hope your grandfather's last words to you is you suck. Like,
Yeah.
I hope you get something real cutting just to make up for the acting that you're being paid to do a different thing, so you just act a certain way and then you get more money out of it. So yeah, fuck you cunts. I hope ratchet shit happens to you fellas, but just ratchet enough, not pain or like no one hurt them. Like every time you use a paper cup, it cuts you. Just real innocuous shit.
Oh, yeah. Because your lighters go out 70% more quickly.
Yeah. Your kids hate you 99% more than other people's kids hate them.
Yeah. Hey, I wanted to follow up on something from last week, the whole terms of service thing.
Yep.
I had notes, but I left them in
Oh,
the car,
here we go.
so I didn't
Yeah.
have them with me. Bro, this terms of service stuff, check it out. Here's the wording of it. The policy update prohibits customers from using its service for activities identified by it as sending, posting, or publication of any messages, content, or materials promoting misinformation. It also says behavior that causes or may cause a complaint is prohibited. So the terms of service for PayPal are: you may not act in a way that may cause a complaint.
That's fucking funny.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? It all switched from like we shall not be liable to you are liable. You, the user, are liable for all of this.
That's crazy.
And this is like when governments do this, when they try to pass legislation on speech, they'll go words that incite hate or violence or may be likely to cause hate or violent or might be interpreted as you got to watch these cunts really carefully, because the first thing they'll do is go, you can't fucking talk about the government like that, man. This is your future, by the way. Your grandchildren.
That's why we're taking a break.
Damn it! Shut up. Not all of you, obviously.
Just me.
These fucking terms of service, Elvis.
Yeah, bro. Back on.
Yo, when venture capitalists and hedge funds and shit buy up all the residential housing, terms of service will apply to your house.
Mm-hmm.
So any like behavior that may cause a complaint, bro.
At like a housing in those little cul-de-sacs in the suburbs.
Yes, absolutely.
You see the HOA board and shit.
Bro, I think my broader point is, when everything is owned by 5 companies, you don't need a government to oppress people.
Bro, you're gonna own nothing and be happy.
Yeah.
I saw someone talking about shit online. I can't remember what it really was. I just remember what I said. When like they microchip everyone and we all have to have Neuralink.
Mm-hmm.
Like not all of us, but you know they're gonna roll it out, and people will adopt it, and then they will paywall your memories.
Yeah, bro, of course.
Yeah, like this is the
Yeah.
I like your wank bank will cost more than Pornhub.
Yeah,
you
bro.
know, your own personal memories are going to get paywalled.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, like the same sort of level of like, hey, you got that microchip in your brain. We heard you say nigger. And you're like,
Ooh.
what? And they're like, yeah, you owe us $2,500. And you're like, I didn't even... No, we heard it.
Yeah.
See here in the Matrix screen right now? Yeah, that's where you thought all that terrible shit when you were in traffic. You're like, but I was in traffic. And they're like, oh, so you do this a lot? And you just... There's your 25... I don't have $2,500. Oh,
No.
you can just come to our camp.
Yeah, bro.
And that's where they'll pay all your memories and you'll pick all the fucking government-approved plants. Yeah. And some of us will demolition man and live in the tunnels.
Yeah, bro.
Oh my God, is this a precursor? Is this why we're into tunnels? Because when the Illuminati New World Order kick in, we'll just move to the sewers?
Yeah. We'll know enough to get by, I reckon.
They should listen to us.
Do you know about the Twitter files?
Yeah, Matt Taibbi.
I mean,
he was one of the...
He was one of the people who was given the Twitter files. He's just a guy.
Yeah. He's an author, writer, journalist.
Yeah, I kind of thought he was an idiot.
That doesn't change what he gets paid to do.
I guess. But the Twitter files was the government coming to Twitter and going, you guys don't want us to regulate you, do you? They go, no, we don't. We're making heaps of money. And they're like, okay, well, you're going to do what we say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You might not have known that Twitter, its terms of service means that it can't sell your data to the government.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not allowed to do that.
And it's already violated that?
Well, interesting you say that. What they did is they sell the data to a third party who leases it to the government in real time. So no worries.
Nerds are amazing, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you can get away with whatever you want. Like
when no one can understand you.
Well, I mean, I understand it. Like,
yeah, but if you were sitting in the room and some hyper onto it nerd comes in, you could probably get taken. I would. Like,
maybe.
Especially, have you seen what Zuck looks like now?
No, is he jacked?
He's hot. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, bro.
Hot. You are the first person I've heard use that, anything approaching that word.
Give me it.
With Zuck.
Yeah, hot Zuck is a thing. He does jujitsu now.
Yeah.
And he's tough.
I bet he's like muscular and stuff, but he still looks like Zuck. You just picture him like trying to drink water in that Senate hearing.
Nah. Whoever's on the Zuck re-image campaign. Have you seen the movie That Campaign with Will Ferrell?
No, sir.
There's just an awesome...
hang on.
There's a guy that shows up and he helps rebrand them.
There's a guy from like Law and Order, his campaign manager.
Yeah, bro, that's the dude I'm thinking of. That's exactly the guy.
That guy's great.
The Butcher of Bagadavi or whatever they call him, which turns out he's terrible. Hot Zuck, dude.
I still pass.
Oh, well, you've got a pretty Josh Homme vibe, so we know where you're linking.
I'm also straight. It's difficult for me to adjudicate here.
Oh, grow the fuck up. Look. Where's that old picture?
Do I think the beard? Do I think beards and muscles have improved him? Yes.
There you go. So
that's AI.
The back one is AI. Yeah. No, that's him being all the man.
Okay.
It's real funny.
So a little beard helped him out a lot.
Yeah.
He's still not a human being.
No, he's just hot. What do we...
I mean, like, I don't mean, like, he's so evil because he's the head of a big corporation. I mean, like, watch him move around in the world.
Yeah, he's a fucking alien.
Yeah. Why are the two guys who run the biggest fucking tech companies that influence how people feel and think day to day not fucking humans?
Because that tracks. I bet they've been...
It's unsettling.
I bet they're here from the last civilization. And they've just been sitting underground waiting. And then they came out and were like, this is what we were last time.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just need a drink of water. And you're like, what the fuck is this cunt? And they're like, reject the algorithm. And it's like, jujitsu. And then he's fucking cool now.
Yeah, look, he's jacked. He has a beard.
Yeah, he's hot. Yeah. Hot Zuck. Yeah. You guys know that's an alien, right? Yeah, but it's hot now. Yeah, shut up. Yeah.
Jeez.
And then Elon Musk is slowly turning into Baron Harkonnen off Dune. Like,
I haven't seen Dune.
He's just a massive fat cunt who...
Do you get a Dune reference in every episode?
I try real hard. Just because I know it's not one of your things. Yeah, go have a drink. Baron Harkonnen in Dune is this massive fat bald guy. That'll do. Yeah, and he uses like anti-grav suspenders to like move around because he's that massive and excessive.
Yeah.
But when just, I don't know, bro. You imagine like a sci-fi movie where there's a great big fat albino that runs a gangster quadrant in the city.
Okay.
And that's Elon Musk now.
Yeah.
So whatever his robot programming is reverting to the dying days of civilization he fucking crawled out of. Zuck's one is like update. It's like that's why he's like, I'm into jujitsu now. Look at my beard, tanned. I look like Matthew McConaughey's son.
Yeah,
like,
everyone
hilarious.
thought it was over when we saw that picture of him on the stand-up paddleboard.
Yeah,
We thought,
dude.
like, and right after that, he drinks the water, and we're like, it's over for this dude. What?
yeah.
And now he's like
Normal.
pumped out some kids.
Yep.
He's jacked. He's got his beard.
Living his best life as a humanoid.
Yeah, humanoid. That's how I would describe him.
Good on him. Look at
I
Jeff.
guess, man.
Jeff Bezos is slowly getting updated. Every time I see that guy, he looks slightly more jacked. Eyes slightly not as fucked up. Like he's
Is that
doing
right?
well.
Oh yeah.
Nah.
I
He's
don't really keep
spending-
track of these guys. They weird me out.
Did you see cancer patient immigrant, sufferer immigrant from Laos moved to America like 13 months ago
Okay.
and went halves with his mate on $100 each worth of lotto tickets.
Okay.
And they won $1.3 billion.
Okay.
They received $696 million each. And he's like, pretty stoked I can get a doctor now. So this guy just won $600 million and he's like,
Great.
gonna live.
Yeah.
Like that's
Of course.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, you look at the rest of these dudes with all that money and you're like, this is not what I thought we would be getting. Like, yeah, Zuck having to be rolled in human embryos until he's normal. They just grind a paste and then they just roll him through it like Mr. Burns.
Yeah.
And this is, I bet this is the 8th Zuck. They
Yeah.
just have to keep shooting them.
Yeah.
There's a
Zuck
pile out
8.0.
the back of Facebook somewhere. It's just a big pit of Zuckerbergs.
Oh yeah. I like that imagery. And then after this one, after we get sick of this one, there'll be a jacked one in there as well.
He'll be jacked as
Yeah.
with a long beard. And then we're like, that's how
I
we
can't
know.
do the long beard. Oh my god, he's gonna do the long beard.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. He's going to look like Rick fucking Rubin and Joe Rogan had a baby.
Amazing. One more thing on terms of service, bro. My bank. One more thing. My bank emailed me.
And they told you were a dick. Because you keep emailing us at 3 a.m. mad about a transaction fee from 2 years ago. I'm close, eh?
Fucking not.
Shut up, dude.
They emailed me saying they can now change the terms of my loan without my permission. They can also choose to notify me before, during, or after the day they make those changes. So they can change it now and tell me later, or
It's just
without
like,
my permission.
Dear Jizzy.
No, that wasn't
suck
in there.
our dick.
That wasn't in there when I signed this fucking loan. They just sent me an email like, hey, we can change it any time and tell you after the fact if we want.
Yeah.
What?
Now send back the answer to who's your daddy. It's bullshit. I agree completely.
They've got us by the balls, bro.
Yeah.
I think the whole financial class
And
is
the-
really...
Simpsons, are you telling us we're trapped like rats? Nah. Rats are way harder to trap.
Yeah.
You guys are trapped like...
Like, is it tomatoes?
Carrots.
Yeah, carrots. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like... Again, how can they do this? Because they run the fucking game. The money runs the game.
Yeah.
Bankers run it. You know, it's so ridiculous that it's a thing, but unfortunately...
Did I tell you I closed my entire bank account to get out of paying
that's
a
an
$30
attester.
bill?
That's an attester of our podcast that we couldn't release due to the foul language and the terrible content. But
Foul language? I should certainly hope not.
well, it was all me being like, "You're fucked, cunt." Like, yeah. But nah, you have explained your
Good.
problem. Seriously, I want to circle back for a second. This dude has a video of sneaking up on a sleeping rooster. Why is that not as into? Yeah, bro, and it like bolts up, and he's in Spanish, and I know he says, "How the fuck do you like it?" And then it crows, and he's like, "Ah, nah." It's brilliant. Like, I don't know. There's something about, like, he's just out for a mission. He's like, oh, check it out. The rooster's asleep.
Yeah.
That's
Some videos just get in your head. Like,
Yeah.
you'll probably be thinking about that for years.
yeah.
You ever see that video of the guy getting hit in the nuts with a cricket ball?
Yeah, 3 times
But
at the
this is the
cricket.
third time he gets hit and he goes,
Oh no!
I think about that every week.
Yeah, dude.
Years
Yeah.
later.
Yeah, no, that one's gonna be there. Definitely be there. Now that cricket one's gold. Yeah, that poor dude. the other, like, I don't
It's
like.
just one moment.
Bro, I don't
You know,
like cricket.
what could hurt more than a guy than getting hit in the balls? Years later, people are fucking still like, I'm just trying to brush my teeth. They're like,
Do you know? There's that guy, is it Mark Richardson, and he was on The Crowd Goes Wild, and then he was on like the Breakfast
He's a
Show.
cricket player
He's a
for a
cricket
while,
player
too.
Yeah, two things that I love about cricket, because I hate cricket. One is that dude getting hit in the nuts 3 times, and the other one is when Mark Richardson hits, like, he smashes it for 4, but as he does it, he gets a leg cramp, and he's
and he like jumps up with his leg and spins
he like
around.
full on spins and lands on the ground.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
the scream, just the yeah,
Something like that, eh?
Bro, there's a couple of times I've just had real bad days, and I get home, just Mark Richardson leg cramp, and just that guy earns so much money, and this is all I know him for.
Yeah.
I think he was on, is it The Block? Some weird
He did a bunch of stuff.
TV show though, where it's like, we're renovating houses.
Sure.
yeah, that guy.
It's the Kiwi dream to use your capital to extract people's value from them because they need a place to live, and there's
That's why
only
they
so
made
many
those
of
shows.
them.
It's
Yeah.
like, watch Shortland Street and remember that your staff and your employment situation is just as toxic as this hospital, and take that into your life, and everyone's cheating on each other, and just after that we're going to renovate this house and then auction it to people that can't afford it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's no wonder we have the fucking country we have.
It's tough out there, man. It's tough. Everybody's taking hits except, the MPs.
Oh fuck, you had me
What?
worried.
Oh, man, don't panic, man. It's okay. One more thing about the Jews, though. No,
They invented terms of service. No.
No, but I think Jews are smart, right?
Yeah.
I
But,
think
like,
I think me being Indian.
Is that racist?
I
Like, just
think
because it's
all-
right doesn't mean it's not.
Yeah, bro. It's the trouble of like race and IQ is fucking hot button, bro. People do not like it.
People don't like lots of things.
But
bro.
I think Jews are smart.
Cool,
And
there we go. Let's run with it.
yeah. I think maybe that's what endears me to them is they have a religion, but they're kind of above it. Where they're like, yeah, it's our religion, but also, it's kind of stories to live by. Like, we all
You
get
know
together
that's
and tell
due to
these stories
inheritance,
together,
right?
like- sorry?
You know that's due to inheritance.
What do you mean?
Like, if you got sent to a real good school and you had a real good career lined up, and it was like, make sure you come home and do this ritual, you're like, I don't want to do that. And they're like, you remember how much money your grandfather has, right? You're in the will. And you're like, yeah, he wants you to come home. You're like, well, I'll
Okay,
go.
so you're saying that their spirituality is motivated by money.
I think it would help.
I guess. Fuck. That's not where I was
But that's
going.
where they're like, it's not really a thing I do. I just,
Okay.
That's
I see-
why.
See, I think what you're saying is problematic.
for a change. For a fucking change.
I don't know. I like the idea of like people. They are. It's a religion, and there's
Yeah, but like, hey,
but they're kind of like
you know how we don't really take it seriously?
yeah.
We're still going to cut the end off your baby's dick.
They have the weirdness.
And then
of
the
a
old
religion.
guy,
Yeah.
he's going to suck it.
Yeah,
And you have to sit there and be like, well, I'm not that into it.
that doesn't endear
But
me
I
to them
don't
as
get,
much.
But I don't get the money if Grandpa doesn't let his mate do this. Whew! What the fuck?
That's
Google that shit.
no.
It's a podcast.
Yo,
I feel refreshed.
I've calmed down.
Did you want to talk about some listener feedback?
I really do.
I thought builders were going to hate our builders episode, but I got pretty good feedback, bro. Here's one from a buildie who lives up the coast. Just had to pause halfway through episode 11 to say, as a tradie, I relate to all the innuendo, and I'm currently on the verge of pissing in track pants from laughter. I'm going to take a piss and get back to it. Haven't even reached tunnels yet. Hashtag Murray.
Brilliant. That's gold.
My mum also, one of her flatmates is a builder, and he thought it was hilarious too. Man, love to all the builders out there, bro. I do appreciate you guys.
They are
You're
the
good
man.
boys.
They're the
You
boys,
want an
bro.
apple?
They're the good boys, dude.
You want a pat on your nose?
yeah. Nice.
Good
Calm.
Calm, Bill.
Fishing. Food you didn't pay for.
Drive time radio.
Baywatch. Nice things. Stay calm. Now those cuts are the OGs. Like we were talking earlier about how that builder tone. G'day, mate. Yeah.
Oh, nah.
I reckon that's just faking being a good cunt until you get stuck in that mode, eh? And then everything's just like, fucking hey, mate, sweet, good.
Yeah.
Because they can't say what they really think.
Yeah. They're always razzing just
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, even the way they say, like, hey, going, mate? It's like, good, right? Like,
Yeah.
there's like,
That's
their
what's cool.
tone
No,
is
you don't
always a
even-
little bit like, oh, you got fucking stitched up, didn't you?
Don't even get a choice, say, how you going, bro? Good, right? Yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
Mate, I don't even answer you.
Yeah, bro.
But I reckon they start like that to just force being good. Like you meet clients and they're fucking annoying and you're like, yeah, fuck, righto. And you just gotta shorten everything. Yeah, be right round. Yep, sorry, can't do that today. Like, you just, because the whole time your inside voice is just like, I hate you, die. And they have to just be like, nah, yep, sweet, that's how we're doing it.
Yeah.
Look at this guy, hey. Because you're really like, everything about this guy offends me. On a cellular level, I hate him. But you can't say that. You got to be all nice because you pay them.
You got to be nice.
So, yeah, I think that whole builder tone,
Yeah.
I think everyone's got around the wrong way.
Yeah.
They're just the golden retrievers of humans.
Yeah.
They just happen to look like strays.
I wonder if there's a psychological component where
There's got to be.
you're building stuff all day, so you're making both small and big decisions all the time, and kind of you do know best because it's your project.
Yeah.
You get in that mode, then you get in a social interaction with another human being. You're like, "How you going? All right, hey, yeah, bro, yeah, no, I'm doing good too.
Confident. Yep.
Yeah. Like you boss, like you end up bossing everything you do.
I think you have to.
Yeah, but I don't respect that.
Like, I don't know. I'll keep thinking about how I'll level with the buildies. If any of the buildies are listening, it was so hard not to make a stinger and lull you guys into a false sense of security. And then, like just, wow, here we, and then just right in the middle, without even warning you, just firing! And just watch you can't shit yourselves.
There'd be car accidents all over
Oh.
the Eastern Hills.
It'd be so funny. Just like put in something like a gunshot just every now and then and be like, did we get any? Did we get you guys?
True.
Might happen, might not. It's a pretty dumb idea.
Yeah. But you got to put it on something tradies listen to, bro. Put it on The Rock or whatever.
Oh, yeah. I have to put it between a fucking Silverchair song and a Kings of Leon reference.
Yeah, somebody.
Fuck, I hate Silverchair now, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Every time I get in my truck, I don't know why. It's like someone sends them a text. Like, he's just got to cue it up. And
Is it one particular song or just all Silverchair?
Always a version of Silverchair. I talk shit for ages because it was Pearl Jam and Kings of Leon, who I really don't have anything against, but because it was happening to me every time, I hate it. Yeah. And now, for some reason, it's changed.
They're both bands with very annoying vocalists.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I think you can make anything fun or you can make it annoying. It's up to you. But
Yeah.
if just every time you're like, oh, let's listen to some tunes. And you can, right, coming up next, we've got Pearl Jam. Fuck!
You don't have your own sounds? Oh, we've talked about this. You
No,
you let the radio wind you up. You don't want to put on your own sound.
I get that mad at Pearl Jam, Kings of Leon, or whatever the fuck it is. I just listen to fucking I always forget her name. Helen the porpoise. I think we all know who Helen the porpoise is. Yeah. Isn't that it? Helen the porpoise, porpoise swellen? Helen the porpoise swellen? I'm sure that's it.
Fuck, I only just got who you meant.
Helen the porpoise swellen. Yeah, that's her name, isn't it? She's really annoying to listen to.
It is now,
and,
bro.
like, she'll say shit like, so, you know, this happened. And I think that all makes us know that this is real. Like, just conflates these points. I'm like, oh, harpoon this bitch. Tell the Japanese to get Helen the porpoise swellen out of the fucking air ocean, not the waves.
Whales, it's time to take on the porpoise.
Yeah. And it's like a real porpoise, because like, who else would be doing that? And it's like, fucking get this chick out of my ears. I think I've said it.
But you'll hate listening to it.
Yeah. That's what I mean, though, because fucking I am Ahab, and I will catch the white porpoise.
That's good. There's a radio presenter who drives me fucking crazy, who reads the news and can't read the news.
Oh,
bro, I lose my fucking, like, I scream out loud and rush to the stereo and turn it off. I do this in public, like, fuck! No!
I think there's one dude that I can't handle either, and it's like, today in Parliament. It's like, who let this dude talk? Like, he's just got this weird English lisp.
Why did you hire a guy with a weird fucking like lisp or accent or anything? Like, isn't it supposed to be clear?
Oh, I don't get how you get that job, eh? Like, when you sound like that, yeah, it's just, no one's told him he sounds like shit.
This newsreader drives me crazy, bro. She cannot read out loud. I don't know what she's like as a human being. I assume good. Most human beings are good.
No, they're not.
They fucking are. We disagree on this.
Helen
Most
the porpoise.
human beings are good. Helen the porpoise is not good, bro. A lot of human beings are, and I assume this one is. She just can't read out loud, which is fine. Why did someone give her a job reading out loud?
Yeah, dude.
It drives me fucking
crazy.
She's like, there was an earthquake today in Papua New Guinea. And she doesn't have a stutter. She just fucks up all the time. And she can't get through a fucking sentence.
This is a very interesting episode. No, I don't know. I don't envy those jobs of having to sit there and, like, did you see with that, the city of 1,000 planets, a Valerian poll that happened the other day, the New Zealand politic poll or whatever.
No, sir.
Huh?
No, I did not see
it was like a ranking system, and they were like, oh, there was election today. Labour, the Greens, they could make a coalition with this. And so
they form the three-headed griffin.
But there's no fucking nice, election today, is there?
No.
It's like if your grandma had balls, she'd be your grandfather. What the fuck are you on about? This isn't what reality is.
Yeah.
Oh, but we asked heaps of people. No, you asked people who would answer polls. We've already established that's a low common denominator of the country who sit there and answer polls.
I answer polls.
That's my point. Thank you. But it's so weird. Like, they sit there and act like this had any bearing. But then all of the people who are supporting National are now mad at the news reporter who was all excited to be like, National's getting hiding in the polls. And yeah, it's so weird. It's like, why are you arguing about this?
I just figured something out.
What?
The polls are the lowest common denominator, but they always have weird answers in them. That's me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I feel a lot better about all the polls I've ever read.
Yeah, it's just all the U's all across the
What's
planet.
mostly lowest common denominator, but then there's wild shit in there. You're like, what? 7% of people think fucking what? Yeah, that's me. Okay, good. Good. I feel better having that information.
Oh, good. Have you got any more news or stories or shit or anything that's happened? Feedback?
People are loving the merch. I was having merch printed and I had to chat with somebody, like online, talk to somebody in a store while I was sussing it out, and they were like, "By the way, can I ask what this is for?"
No.
It's bro. It's like when I buy into a situation I'm just in, like when I got my thumb stitched by the amateur doctor.
Yeah, you're just here for the ride now.
I'm like, yeah, bro. I'm like, it's a comedy podcast with a tunneling segment. And she was like, okay, cool. And she was like, that's really interesting. The bold colors are all good. I was like, oh, you're a bot. You're an LLM. She's like, no, I'm not. I'm like, oh, sorry. It's like, honestly, I've been going through a rough time the last few weeks, and yeah, comedy podcast sounds really good. I'll listen to it later. Based on the strength of just this one T-shirt, tell you.
That's some awesome
or
shit.
It was a bot and I was completely hoodwinked. But crystallifying. Thank you for listening, if you listen.
Awesome. Message us if that happened. You should totally be like, yeah.
Yeah, reach out if that's you.
Yeah.
Let's
have a break and go into some tunnels.
Tunnel talk.
The year is 2046. Almost none of us are left.
The OG.
Those of us who do survive
Evocative.
are here. In the tunnels.
Just cracking up with the idea of being an Ewok.
An Ewok?
Ewok.
An Ewok.
Yeah.
It's an Ewok. The piece is an Ewok.
Like an Ewok.
Yeah.
Yeah, but an Ewok. It's cute.
Uh-huh.
Small, short.
Lives in tunnels.
Follow you around. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they live in the trees.
Ewoks do. But Evoks?
I see what you did. You jumped on board as I was getting off my bed.
That's okay.
Tunnel talk time. Do you want to go first?
I got a short tunnel talk and a long tunnel talk.
Go short, then I'll go.
Okay.
And then you go.
You got it. I looked into wind tunnels, specifically in Formula One. They make them use a dummy car. You can't use a full-size Formula One car. You have to scale it down by 40% and put that in the wind tunnel. Also, if you want it to be accurate, you need to put like treadmills under the wheels so that the wheels are spinning as though the car's going 200 miles per hour or whatever.
Okay.
And you're only allowed to use it for a tiny little bit amount of time per week, and you only get a total amount of time you can do it. You have to scale everything up. Oh, and you're only allowed to use the maximum wind speed that you're allowed to use is 110 miles an hour. So you have to scale up the wind speed and the car, even though aerodynamics, it's not.
That's dumb.
Yeah, it is dumb. It's a dumb. It's a dumb
way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
Yeah.
Or I don't know anything about it, so maybe they've tried everything else, and that's how you have to do it.
It specializes Formula One in a way into people who can interpret that data and scale it up.
You can answer me this, and this might be real naive, but in Formula One, do they have to all have the same car and they just get different engines? Like, is the body of the car, is it all the same?
It's much more complicated than that. So really? They have weight limits down to the amount of grams that a connecting rod between a main bearing, main shaft, and the piston has.
That's awesome. Is it really?
Yeah,
intense. Each part of the car.
Yeah, and you have limits on.
So they don't just give them like a template car. Everyone has to use the same car.
No, you make your own car within these exact requirements.
What?
The volume, the capacity of the engine must be exactly X or within a very small range.
So they're just mechanical horses.
The
money that it would take to breed a fucking thoroughbred racehorse that wins all the time.
Yeah.
Probably, it sounds like it would be a translation of effort and money to
it is,
Formula One car.
Yeah. The idea...
Dumb.
Yeah, I think...
That's so stupid.
Yes, there's a...
Now I like watching them crash. Yeah.
There's a thing in Formula One where it's both to prove who's the best car maker and to prove who's the best car driver. But because of the way all that works, there's
Yeah, if I was a
it kind of
shitty-
can't be both.
If I
They're
kept-
either in the same car and you check who
So-
has the best driver, or I don't know, you could have them driven by computers and see who makes the best car. Like, I don't know. It's weird. They try and do both things, so they end up with weird fucking restrictions. Like you can only
Wind
do a wind
tunnels.
tunnel at 40% the size and only at half the wind speed.
That's such
And
a
you can
dumb-
use treadmills, but you can only do it for an hour a week. Like, what?
Bro, this is the first time that I get to say my tunnel thing is better than your one. You're gonna love this one. This was sent in by someone who was like, "Boys, here you go, have at it."
Okay.
Can I do mine?
I'm excited. Please. Ba, 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 ba.
This was sent in by Soulfire.
Okay.
This is someone who's just an old friend of ours who's just started listening. Shout out, dude. Anyway, the headline here, and there's a few different things backing this up. So, giant goat cheese fire shuts down Norway tunnel.
Love it.
27 tons of flaming cheese shut down a tunnel in Norway for 6 days. See, boy, I knew I'd get you.
Love it. Love everything about it.
Now, forgive this. It's like Kjell Bjorn Vinge of the Norwegian Public Roads Administration said,
Of course.
I didn't know that brown cheese burns so well. The inferno occurred when close to 27 tons of caramelized goat cheese caught fire and
Did
proves...
he have to say caramelized?
Dude, because this is why a truck carrying a Norwegian delicacy known as brunost, I might be saying it wrong, was being transported through a tunnel near Tysfjord in northern Norway when the driver noticed that his cargo was on fire. According to the BBC, the driver abandoned the burning truck about 1,000 feet from the tunnel's southern entrance
Motherfucker.
as the cheese burned on.
Doesn't he know not to do that?
The tunnel and 2 miles of road were shut down as firefighters attempted to fight the blaze. Not only did the goat cheese burn, it proved extremely difficult to put out. The fire raged for 5 days and filled the tunnel with toxic gases that have hampered recovery operations. According to the website Nordic Nibbler, brunost is not technically a cheese in the traditional sense, but boiled caramelized goat's milk whey. A sweet, salty brick of dairy product that can contain up to 30% fat.
And burn for up to 5
The
days.
high concentration of fat and sugar made it almost burn like a petrol. The tunnel was reportedly badly damaged and is closed for several weeks.
They have 10% less firefighters because some of them are lactose intolerant.
Just in case somebody was to be like, hey, I did that.
When did this occur?
2013.
Yo.
January 23rd, 2013. And that article was from Time and written by Melissa Locker.
Great story.
But what?
27 tons of goat whey.
Caramelized.
And he's caramelized. They didn't have to do that.
Dude, what? I love that it's not only is it a cool ass story, it pissed me off. Goat cheese caught fire. Read, not cheese.
Yeah.
You clickbait motherfuckers. But
Yeah.
this time, I'm in. So, yeah, but what the fuck, dude? You fucking get out the truck 1,000 feet. I don't know what that
How
is.
dare you, honestly? Did he not know? I thought, like, if you're going to train truck drivers, that should be one of the things that you teach them. You catch fire in a tunnel, you keep going. I know that. I'm not a truck driver.
I don't know. I think I'm with him. Fuck your tunnel, fuck your cheese.
Bail out, run.
Bail, run.
Yeah.
Just leave.
Even knowing what you know. Even as you and I have talked about
In
tunnels
fact-
fire safety.
Because of what I know, if my life sucked so much, I was driving 27 tons of cheese through Norway, and I saw it was on fire, I'd be like, thanks God, I'm out. Yeah,
What if you're doing it as a favor to me?
thanks God. I always knew that one day this guy would be my downfall, and I would die in a tunnel-related cheese accident. And this is not
technical
today,
cheese.
because it ain't cheese. Nah, I don't know. I think just it's 27 tons of cheese on fire. Like it's starting to be on fire. And I don't know, maybe this dude was well versed in caramelized goat whey and was like, oh no, that shit burns for days and
Yeah.
it's toxic. And that's why he kept it.
I mean, we've been talking about it for like 10 minutes, so I don't judge the driver for not having this idea, but you could put it in gear and leave it in gear and have it like idle its way out of the
And just
tunnel.
toxic fumes everywhere.
Yeah, but you could at least have it keep going. Like you don't have to.
But then you're running out with the toxic. Like,
Yeah, but the truck would get out of the tunnel. Like if you put it in gear, if like in a
you'd
manual
save
car,
the tunnel
if you put
away,
it in
and that's
gear.
what this is. That's what this is, eh? You
Live, Elvis.
tunnel lives. Can I have a light beer, please?
Yeah, you can.
That is so funny. Yeah, no, I don't know if I'd. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe in the
all you
first
got to
place.
do is like bail out. You
I
gotta
think- I think
pick
I'm-
the highest speed at which you would bail
I'm
out, put
missing
the truck
something.
in gear, in idle, and bail out.
I'm missing a massive thing, which is, hey Jared, can you drive this truck of 27 tons of? And I'm like, no.
No, you should just say no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I gotta bleep that now.
I could for a friend. I reckon I could do it.
I just wouldn't want to.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to either. But if you had to, I don't know why anybody has to drive 27 tons of goat.
It's a lot of money, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Delicacy. Might be
Wow.
like driving caviar.
Yeah, like if somebody offered you 10 grand to drive a truck through
Of
a tunnel
27
with
tons.
27 tons,
nah,
bro. Yeah.
Nah. I'm not driving anything that is. The truck could weigh 27 tons, and I'd say no. The fuck, that's like driving Megatron.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not doing that. That's way too much responsibility.
I'd have a go, I think.
Where though? Like a
On
practice.
public roads, sir. And a
Fuck.
couple road sodas.
Let's go your next one.
I read about the Thames Tideway. Have you heard about this?
No. Is this London or Coromandel?
It is London.
Oh, okay.
Their sewer system was built in like the 1850s. Obviously, there's a lot more people there. There's too much, like the sewerage and the stormwater gets all mixed in together, especially when there's a big rain. And it just discharges into the Thames. They can only treat so much of it. What they've decided to do, rather than pump it into a reservoir, and rather than digging a huge reservoir, they have
Reservoir
elected
dogs.
to reservoir.
Thank you.
They pump it into a reservoir. However, it's not a reservoir. It is a tunnel. They've opted for a 25-kilometer tunnel. Rather than having like a storage tank, they've deemed it more feasible and safer to instead build a cylindrical storage
What
for
the
all this
fuck?
wastewater and sewage until they can treat it.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's a stopgap measure in many ways, but an effective one. Like it was like
That's
£5
mental.
billion or whatever.
How much?
Sorry?
How much did you say?
£5 billion.
Jesus fuck.
It was projected to cost 4.2.
That's
but-
crazy.
But if turns out if you work for the government on an infrastructure project, when you're a little ways through, you can kind of go like, it's actually more, and they go, okay. Like every time they go, okay. It was due to be completed in 2024. Now I'm not entirely sure whether it's open now. I thought no, it's open and COVID delayed it, unfortunately. Another one bites the dust due to the old Rona. The main tunnel has an internal diameter of 7.2 meters. And it runs about 30 meters down, and it runs for 25 kilometers across the full width of inner London, finally reaching 70 meters down at Abbey Mills. It takes all the, well, I don't know.
It's fucked up.
It's a super interesting, like, no, we don't need to build more plants to treat stuff. We don't need to separate the sewer. We don't need to build a huge reservoir tank and pump stuff up there. We just build one long tunnel. One really fucking big long tunnel. And then they process everything out of that.
That doesn't seem like a good idea.
I mean, apparently it's going to work. We'll see.
Have you know,
it does make more sense in a lot of ways than building one huge reservoir. You have to make that.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. We're stopping. Reservoir? Are
Reservoir
you doing
dogs,
this on purpose?
bro. Yeah.
URA.
What do you mean?
Reservoir.
I've always said reservoir.
Why?
I don't know.
Pride is spelled that way. I can't see why. No, it's reservoir, isn't it? Like reservoir dogs?
I think you're right, but I never thought about it ever, and nobody's ever corrected me.
Till right now.
I think so, yeah.
This is like liberty.
It's like liberty, yeah.
Wow. This is a shocking revelation. What? Say it. Your way?
Reservoir.
Reservoir.
Yeah.
Dogs. Quentin
Dogs.
Tarantino's movie Reservoir Dogs.
Reservoir dogs.
Fuck off. Shut up, dude. I used interrupting title talk. Interrupting title talk. That might be the end of tonight.
The what?
That might be the end of tonight. Have you got much more?
No. I've been reading this fantastic book, but that's more for a different thing.
Oh.
Thank you to everybody.
Wait. That fantastic book you've been reading.
Yeah.
If somebody wanted to hear you talk about it and us talk about it,
you can go to patreon.com/shutupdudenz if you want to hear more tunnel talk and bullshit. We might put a second bonus episode
this
up there.
This is totally aimed at not Blackbeard, because it's not black anymore, but that guy bringing up, messaging us, being like, what am I supposed to do now? So just pay money like a normal music.
Yeah.
Anyway, this has been a weird one.
See ya.
I just want to hear the tunneling part. In my heart I have but one desire, an underground tube, the dank and the